kung mapansin niyo, mukhang malaki budget nila yung thing sa mga trolls. Pinasok nila kahit mga community pages na exclusive lang dapat sa mga residente at nagpapakalat ng mga fake news at paninira. Well, there you go, di ba? How are they able to do that? Well, either may kilala sila dun sa loob ng grupo ninyo or they're up to something. But don't worry, again, mayroon bang mako-convince dun sa inyong sa inyong mga chat groups? Meron bang magsasabi diyan na ay gusto ko na yata si ganyan, dilipat na ako. The point in elections is getting people to vote for you. Hindi ito kasi ang nangyayari dito is siraan. Back. The one side answers the other and it's just the same as the last 5 years. Now, for the opposition, that's a really bad strategy na hindi nila babaguhin. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang gagawin nila. That's why I keep telling you, we really shouldn't care. Kasi kung hindi naman sila nagbago ng strategiya, hindi nila tayo nabawasan, then we shouldn't worry too much. What we need to do is, topic lang. Diba? Halimbawa, tingnan nyo, itong alleged credit grabbing issue. Sa totoo lang, si Secretary Mark Villar, wala naman siyang sinabing akin ito. Gumamit lang siya ng hashtag na build. O, ito, matatapos na to. Something like that. Tapos hashtag build. Ala, ang communications ng kabila, ano sinasabing na? Ang communications ng kabila, yes, ay credit grabbing si Sec Mark. Well, he never did that. Okay, wait, basahin ko muna yung kay Ma'am Karen. Di daw enough resources for a decent presidential campaign. Si Lenny, pero madalas ang ads. Next, tinalo pa ABS-CBN's pag-scam. Ang lupit. Ma'am, grabe kayo. Ayun. So, balik tayo kay Sec Mark. Sabi ni, yung kabila, parang, teka muna, ano yung basis ninyo para sabihin na nagka-credit grab siya? Pinost lang niya, ito matatapos, tapos hashtag build. And then suddenly, naglitawan yung mga trolls. And most of them are in Iloilo because it's an Iloilo project, in Esplanade. Diba? So, the question is, bakit pinipilit ng kabila na nagka-credit grab si Secretary Mark? Secretary Mark isn't even doing that. He never did that. All he says is, it's build. Tapos, tuloy sina Sec Gades, si Ma'am Ana May Lamontillo, lahat sila salag ng salag nitong mga ginagawa nilang shortcut fake news. Ang ginagawa nila is, ay grabe, sinabi lang na gano'n, they'll characterize it as credit grabbing, tapos sira. Para at the same time na sinisiraan nila si Sec Mark, sinisiraan nila yung build. As nothing more than an extension, kunwari daw, of the Pinoy administration's projects. Okay, we know that's not true. Okay? We know, for instance, sige, let's deal with this Esplanade issue. Tignan niyo yan. Parang maliit. Nakikita niyo ba? So this is the River Slope Protection Project in Iloilo Esplanade na tinatawag nila. Look at this. This one here, let me see. Ayan. Dito, makikita niyo yung 1 and 2, over on the left side, 1, 2, and 1 extension. O lahat ng nasa left side na yan, yung tatlong yon, finish na yan. Yan, yung dalawang yan, 1, 2, and extension 1 here on the left side, lahat yan na natapos na. Now look at the remaining, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. This is one project, this whole thing. This is one project. Buong yan, Iloilo River Slope Protection Project. Okay. So, they segmentized it. So, yung first 3 segments, natapos yan. That's in the Pinoy administration. Kung titignan niyo, funding year 2015 and they were completed. Okay? Yung part 1 was 2010, 2012, yun yung funding years nila. 150, dito sa isa, funding year 2012, 2014, and 2015. So, lahat yan funded during the Pinoy administration. None of the others were funded. Okay? This is technically a single endeavor, pero ang ginawa ng Aquino administration is pinondohan lang nila yung 3 segments, leaving it to the next administration na magpondo or whatever. Kasi discretion yan. Bakit? Sanay ang Aquino administration na namimili lang sila ng mga proyekto na itutuloy nila. Diba? Take note, ano yung characterization ng Pinoy administration? What are the first few things that he did when he became president? Yung dredging, pinatawag yung Belgian company that eventually sued the Philippines and won, yun, ang pinatanda niya, flood control. Diba? Ano pa yung mga pinatanggal, yung mga hindi niya pinapatuloy na proyekto? North Rail. Okay, proyekto ni GMA, pagpasok ni Noynoy ay hindi tinuloy, hindi pinondohan. So they were expecting possibly the same thing, more of the same. Pagdating ng Duterte administration, and here is the difference. Pagdating ng Duterte administration, kahit si Noynoy ang nag-umpisa, at kahit, and that's why they knew nakabang sila, kahit si Noynoy ang nag-umpisa, tinapos. Tingnan nyo, nasa Esplanade 10 na tayo. And it's going to be finished soon. Which means 8 segments of that project were started and completed in the Duterte administration, funded by the Duterte administration. When, even if the president knows or knew na ganito, may magsasabing huwag kayong mag-credit grab. Diba? They were just waiting for this opportunity. But the point here is, the president is not like Noynoy who stopped projects that belong to his predecessor or, how do you call this, nemesis, enemies, put it to the political opposition to his administration. Hindi siya ganun. But Duterte was the more professional president. Oo, sabihin niyo ng kulto ko ni Duterte. But the facts speak for themselves. This was a Pinoy project that was started and minimally, how do you call this, worked on, the bulk of which was completed under the Duterte, funded and completed under the Duterte administration in spite of the fact that it was begun by the previous administration. How characteristic of Duterte to put this in simply because it's a good project. Take note also, Iloilo yan. Ang tawag ni Duterte noon, di ba, parang tugad ng zoga and so on. Marami sa ating political opposition nandiyan sa Iloilo. But he still funded it. He still put in projects. Ano yung hinuli niya? Hinuli niya Davao. Di ba? So ano yung message dito? Claim ng claim yung kabila. Failing to see na tayo, nag-iisip tayo. And we can actually credit Duterte for being the more professional president. Because kahit opposition niya yung nag-umpisa, tinapos na yung proyekto. Pinondohan niya kahit hindi rin siya agree dun sa mga local government officials of that area. Pinondohan, tinapos. Sino yung hinuli niya? Hometown niya. Oh, ano yan? Diba? Tapos, aatakin nila si Sept as an indirect way of attacking the Duterte administration and destroying the credibility and the accomplishments of Build. Bakit? Aside from vaccination, Build is the big thing. Diba? It's the one thing that characterizes the Duterte administration. So much infrastructure has been completed. Diba? Marami kasi ibang mga politiko, gusto nila yung groundbreaking, ribbon cutting, andyan sila sa umpisa, andyan sila sa huli. Sa huli to grab credit, sa umpisa to claim credit forever. Diba? But they're not really doing anything. And so all the darned hard work was done in this administration. And that's what they don't want us to realize. Kaya sila nagagalaw ito. Hoy, hindi. Ano yan? Pinoy yan. Pinoy project yan. Pakiko kung nag-umpisa si Pinoy. Pinoy could not complete a project in his administration. Bakit si Presidente Duterte? Kahit minuscule yung inumpisahan ng previous administration, tinapos niya. May mga proyekto na nag-umpisa pa, panahon pa ni Fidel Ramos, tinapos in the Duterte administration. Anong meron kay Duterte na hindi kinaya dito ni Noynoy? Kaya naman niyang gawin if he had the political will at kung ginusto niyang magpondo dito sa mga proyekto na ito. Pero what happened? Lalo na dyan sa North Wave. North Wave, nasan yung pondo nun? Revert or ginawang DAP. Diba? So the intention wasn't really public service for these things. Marami dyan, inumpisahan nila na proyekto. Pagkatapos, ay slow moving na, transfer na yung pondo na yan to become DAP. So, wag silang magyabang sa atin na, oy, inumpisahan ng Noynoy administration, bakit hindi kayo tapos ng administration? For so many structure projects are being characterized as either are not moving, para yung pondo na yan pumunta sa DAP. And eventually, the Supreme Court said, yung DAP na yan, illegal yan. Kaloka tong mga to. Diba? Ernesto Cola says, ganyan din ang ginawa ni Cory nung siya ay naupo, inabandona ang Bataan Nuclear Plant dahil proyekto ng FEM at binayaran ang loan para sa wala. Agree. The CCP, for instance, is the showcase of Philippine arts, and the employees there, they do such a good job. They also have outreach programs, may conservation programs din sila. They had done a lot of the conservation work for the artifacts from the indigenous peoples. A lot of that was done by the CCP. Anong ginawa ni Madam Cory? One of the first acts, Executive Order number 1, took away, it was a big executive order, and one of the effects of that executive order was to remove the tax exemption of the CCP. Usually, in most countries who are trying to promote culture and the arts, tax exempt natin yung mga activities pertaining to culture and arts, because culture and arts leads to the creativity, teaches our people to be creative, unique, original, so makalaban tayo in the world marketplace. It is our uniqueness, our cultural identity that makes us stand out in a world full of different people. Diba? What did they do? One of the things that we can blame is the Aquino administration because they took away the tax exemption of the CCP. Ang daming nawalang proyekto, ang daming pondo na nawala sa CCP because they've had to compete now with all others. Diba? Okay.